For all the youngsters here, right, congratulations, you may have finished your Form 5, right? You just finished your exam, okay? Or maybe for STPM, school leaver, okay? You may want also come here to explore some opportunity. Now, you may have finished one remarkable, one important moments in your life, but now it's like what's next? Okay, after this, what's next? Okay? Now, so when I talk about all about this next, the next one will be actually a big shift experience for you, okay, to determine your future, okay? Now, when we talk about how can I now prepare myself to be able to be successful in the future, I'm honored actually to take this today, a short moment, to actually brief you to you what are the 8 traits successful people have in common. So we want a quick learning curve. We want to actually learn from the worldwide grades, okay? So that we know that what is the factor, what is the traits they have to make them so successful. So that it also make us prepare better. Compared to my days, I have to really a lot of time discover, explore, and then make a tons of errors and then learn from the error and the mistakes, okay? Today I'm sharing with you so that we can able to speed up your learning curve, okay? Now, how to be made to be great, okay? 8 to be great. Chinese like 8 very much, right? The 8 number symbolize what? Prosperity. Okay. Now, Richard St. John's, he's a millionaire in US. Okay. He actually came out of school at young age, and then he started his company to do sales marketing for a big company to advertising their products, their company. Okay. Now, so one day, actually, he was invited to attend a free talk also, a charity talk, okay? So because of that, the organizer only paying a economy class. Usually for his level millionaire in US, he will travel business class. But because of the day he's giving a free talk, the organizer give him an economy class. He said, okay, I go also. And when he was taking his flight, to the top venue, next to him is actually a young girl, very young, 14 years old girl, okay, was sitting next to him. And then this 14 years old, wow, now my neighbor is actually the famous millionaire in US, Sir Richard St. John. So this young girl take the opportunity to actually ask him. She struggled a lot until she has the courage to ask this famous millionaire in US, Sir Richard St. John, I come from a very poor family, okay? I come from a very poor family. Today I'm able to take this flight is also because it's a school choirs program. So I'm able to actually travel on this trip. And today is my lucky day. I'm able to sit next to you. Okay? So I'm now to take this opportunity to ask you, sir, what makes you so successful? Okay? Sir Richard St. John said that, wow, a simple, sincere question from this young little girl who are actually determined and passionate to make a success in her life. Simple question, but I cannot find an answer to her. A simple answer to tell her what made me so successful. It's like a lot of things, right? I cannot summarize in few sentences. So he feels so sad, okay? After that, after he actually landed, when the plane landed, he actually ran for the talk. He said that he still has this inside his mind to think about it. What actually can answer? Very, very good answer. Show this poor girl a very systematic way how to be successful. Okay? So, of course, he went for the talk. Now, after the talk, they have a tea ceremony, right? They have a tea. Then you look around in the room. You say, wow, in this room full of the world's greats. You know who are the people there? Bill Gates, Martha Stewart. You look around, Richard Branson. Wow, these are all the world great people are in that conference room. After the conference, they are having the tea. He said that, why not I take this opportunity to ask them what made them so successful? Okay, see whether they're able to provide me some clear insight. So even next time I meet the poor girl, I can answer to her question. Okay. Now, who knows when he actually started to interview all these people, in the room, he found out it's actually now take him 10 years of work. Just started from there. Thought, right? He has taken 10 years of work, 500 personal interview, and then after that he had to actually sort out all their feedback, the words they given to him, sorting out, categorize them. So from there, after 10 years, he said that now I have the idea, lots of insight, what are the factors contributed to success. So after analyzing, sorting millions of words, he come out, these are the 8 to be great. Okay? These are the 8 traits that lead to great success. Okay? Now, I'm going to share with you one by one what are those 8. First is actually passion, Second, work. Third, focus. 4, push. 5, ideas. 6, improve. 7, serve. And 8, persist. Let me go through one by one with you, okay? First, passion. You know Rochelle Crown? Yes? Hi. First thing, you all know what I'm talking about, not English? Okay. I'm speaking English. I'm not prepared for Mandarin. Is that okay?
Yes.
If you need me to slow down, let me know. Alright, partners, okay? Now, Rochelle Wong is the Oscar-winning actor. So when Richard St. John interviewed him, so why passion make you so successful? You are the winning Oscar winner, alright? What makes you so successful? You say, bottom line is, I love the actual job of acting. I have a great passion of it, okay? So what it means that, do it for love, not money. Bill Gates said that. When he first started, he said that Paul and I, we never thought about we would make so much money that time when we first started Microsoft. What it turned about is because we just love writing software. But somehow money comes on the way, right? After they say they love what they are doing, okay? So if let's say you have a job you are going to do is you don't love, okay? What will happen? It becomes very miserable. You have to actually drag yourself every day, every morning go to work, okay? So what Bill Gates said, our SI said that passion is really the fuel for you to actually move on in life. Now, he said that when you love so much what you do, somehow along the way, monies will come, like Bill Gates. Now, the big problem is actually now how to find what I love. Particularly young people, right? You are now what? 16 years old, 17 years old. You find out, I really do not know what I will love. What kind of job I will love. What kind of job I will have my passion of doing it. So they find out. Some people, there are actually two types of people in the world. Okay? One type we call it striver. The other one we call it seeker. Okay? Striver are those 10% of the worldwide population. They know what they love and they can have straightforward, they know I go for it. Example, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. They just know from young, they are just in the high school, middle of high school, not yet finished their high school, they already know what they love, right? Right program, okay? Now, most of us, majority of us, we actually belong to the category of seekers, okay? We need to actually, we do not know what we love, and we need to discover it along our journey, okay? Now, second, traits to be successful is actually work. Martha Stewart, the homemaking guru, she is the business expert, the business millionaire. She said, I'm a real hard worker. I work and work and work all the time. So he said that all successful people work really hard. We always think that, wow, they enjoy, they fly here, fly there, right? We never know that their efforts they put in behind the scene. They really work very hard. Now, work wins over smart. A lot of people thought, say, oh, somebody works smart, no need to work hard, right? But what we don't see behind the scenes is actually you still have to work hard. But what they present to us, they also work smart. Okay? Now, what they say that? You know him? Rupert Murdoch, billionaire media tycoon. He said that it is all about hard work. Nothing comes easy. But make sure when you work hard, you must also have a lot of fun. Otherwise, you're not able to sustain the journey. Halfway, you already give up. Okay? So why he say that? Now, do not be workaholic. If you're workaholic, you find out it's no fun in life. You know, there's no fun in the job. You're dragging ourselves to work. So say that what he suggests is actually be a workaholic. Means that while you work hard at what you love to do, then when the monies come the way, you make sure that also have fun of doing it. Okay? Then only success will come easy and sustainable. Oscar-winning filmmaker Norman Jewison, he also said that one of the key success factor is actually be focused. You have to be focusing yourself just to one thing. Now, they have done the research for many, many years, for a few decades. They found out if you try to do 3 things at the same time, you are just become mediocre at all of them, all the 3. But if you really focus on one thing, then you really become so good, so expert on it. Okay? So what they say there is actually, a lot of us sometimes, majority member, we are all belong to the seeker category. So we are trying to find ways, we will try this one, or halfway, then we try to do the other one. Or at the same time, we try to be multitasking. At one time, try to focus on a few things. So we call it devils, So what I found out? Life is about focus. You know about 20-80 Pareto. Hopefully from your young people, when you grow up one day, even now in study, always focus on that. 20% of your time, 20% of your energy, 20% of your effort should be focused on 80% that matters. But a lot of us, we actually try to put our hands and legs in everything we do. Okay, so what we talk about 80-20 Pareto is focus 80% of your energy, 80% of your resources, 80% of your time. For organization, 80% of your manpower on 20% stuff that matters, that's important, that's critical for you or for the organization or for your life. Okay. So like in Belgium, I was there, they also try to remind people, focus 20% that matter. So they even paint one of the leg, 20% to remind people, focus, okay? Now, the fourth factor to contribute to success of the great is actually, great people just keep pushing themselves. Why? Because life is never so smooth. If let's say if you drive or cycling on the road, right, you'll find out the road got bumpers in between. Sometimes got holes, big holes, small holes. Sometimes got longkang drain. Sometimes the road, they close it up, dead end. So you also have to find a way how to get out of that. So we call it, we have to continue push ourselves. Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Records and Virgin Airlines, he said, whatever you are doing in life, you just have to push yourself to the limits. However, we all have a lot of self-limitation, a lot of constraints that will actually hold us back. While we try to push ourselves forward to make a progress, he said one of it is actually shyness. We are actually very shy. For example, sometimes we should speak out something, we may have great idea to share, right, but we are shy to share it out. Sometimes we also have some things to say which actually benefit the family, benefit the people surrounding us, maybe even benefit your friends or benefit your teacher also, okay? But sometimes we are shy to speak out. So this becomes our constraint. The other one also, they find out what will hold us back is also self-doubt. A lot of times we may have great idea, but we're wondering, will that be working? You wonder, because nobody has done it before. Just like right brother 50 years ago, they said that human beings can fly. At that time they had self-doubt, right? Because other people doubt them, right? No way human beings cannot fly, right? But let's say the time, if the self-doubt is actually overruled them, then now we cannot fly. Everyone cannot fly, okay? So because of these two, Goldie Hawn, the actress, the producer, said, I always had self-doubt, but I wasn't good enough, I wasn't smart enough, I actually need to work on it. He said that self-doubt is good because it will push us to continuous improvement, but not too extreme until it holds us back. So whatever it is actually, moderation is still the best. Don't go to the lower extreme or the upper extreme. Well, thinking about all these things, we have a lot of challenges ahead of us. It's never easy to continue push ourselves. For example, young people, you go through PMR, then you go through SPM. You don't know what's the next to go. There's a lot of things you have to persistent to go through one by one, the challenges along your life, okay? Even later you come out to work, there's also challenges ahead of you. There are also some obstacles ahead of you, okay? Now what you can do is actually, that's why they have created mothers to be a push, okay? We call it the mother push trucks, okay? Now, Frank Gehry, he's a famous architect, really. Until today, he created a masterpiece of architects, in the world, in many countries. The latest one he finishes is actually to upgrade the Belgian Museum. They pay him tons of money because of his masterpiece of architecture. He said that it's never been easy. People ask him, why have you become so successful? He said that it's never easy. I have a lot of failure. I have a lot of distractions in life. But thank you to my mother. My mother pushed me along the way. So can I actually invite you to join me in this room to make a big hands to mothers? Right. Thank you. Push and push. In fact, nurturing us along the way. Okay? Now, other ways we can also push ourselves when we face it is actually sometimes challenges when present to us, it also can be a push factor to us, right? Goals. If you have a goals in life, that also will be a push because that I want to be a millionaire in 3 years' time. That will be a push, right? Because I have very clear goal objective in life. Or for example, sometimes if you're given a deadline, if you now don't make a decision to enter Utah, then you say, oh, then I have to miss one more semester, something like that. Deadline can be also a push factor. Or sometimes also we need to actually put ourselves a self-discipline. Like for me, I said that I need to start exercise, right? But if I don't put a deadline, it's year after year, it's still my New Year resolution. It never comes. So I have to put a deadline, then only I will start working on it. That's also a push factor, okay? And sometimes it could be a competition. Sometimes we say that in life, if there's a healthy competition, we're able to get ourselves a little bit, we'll actually push ourselves forward. Otherwise, yeah, it's okay, right? Everybody also like that, so it's okay. But if the competition is there, then we're able to push ourselves to be slightly better so that we're able to stand out. Otherwise, we are just a me too, a mediocre.